tell you this, Malvika, and I've shared this with you. You and Saket, you've been pillars for me. If necessary, journalists will have to be ready to fight, because we must not be bullied.
Absolutely.
We must lose, this whole bullying tactic aimed at silencing our simple, straight and incisive questions, thinking that a journalist does not know the legal nuances. I think the time and age has come for journalists to arm themselves with the legal knowledge, of course with the support of eminent and very, excellent lawyers like you, Malvika. Malvika, I'd like Malvika to come in, and of course,
yes, absolutely.
Kapil Sankla.
I think journalists will leave that work for us lawyers, and we will do it well. We will do it well. No, today is a great day, Arnab. Today is a great day because, as I have been telling you, that this is a victory for investigative journalism. You had asked some very difficult questions on your program, on the investigation of the truth, on the real reason behind the killings. You cannot be silenced on that. That is the most important point. What was tried here was to silence you, was to actually bully you, and which had to be fought. As we repeatedly have been saying, and we said it in court, that there was no communal angle here, none whatsoever. There was one community involved, so there was no question of any communal angle. You asked very pertinent questions, that why is the party in power not speaking on these very brutal killings of the two sadhus, one 70-year-old, one 35-year-old, their driver, in the presence of 12 policemen. Very important questions were asked on the program. The program was of 55 minutes. Now that whole point was actually endeavored to be suppressed, and what was culled out from there by a political party was 45 seconds of the program, because their political masters are very sensitive about what you said. Now that is what we had to fight. As I've been hearing on your program, in this program, media has changed entirely in the last so many years, and especially because of the internet. Many changes have occurred, and therefore to actually try and curb the freedom of the press is just unacceptable in today's day and age. And this is exactly what our court has done.
Yeah.
It has passed an extremely fair order. The order has already been discussed on your program now. Your viewers are aware. And another point that has actually come out of this is, which was I think also highlighted by Mr. Salve, that politicians are supposed to be thick-skinned. That has been repeatedly said by our courts. For all the Congress party people to try and please their political masters, to file FIRs and complaints all across the country, is just astounding, absolutely astounding, to misuse the system in this manner.
Yes.
And I think that has actually been controlled today.
I think that's
then as the case progresses, we will see what will happen.
That's a very solid point, Mr. Rajshekar and Mr. Kapil Sankla. Let me, Kapil Sankla, I want to get you in on that point. It's about sensitivity. Now, I feel very often, Mr. Sankla, that a politician chooses to be hypersensitive at an individual level when the issues being raised